Good morning, Professor and class. Today I'm going to discuss the definition of a Pythagorean theorem. First of all, who is Pythagorean? I'm sorry for my pronunciation, but I'm not familiar with this word. So Pythagorean is most famous for his concept of geometry. It is believed that he was first to establish that the sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to the two right angles, and that for a right angled triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides. I received my reference from editors at thefamouspeople.com on July 21st, 2017, and basically this is my reference. So a couple of rules before I discuss what the Pythagorean theorem and how it works. So the first rule is the angle that is used has to be a right triangle in order for the Pythagorean theorem to work. If it's not a right triangle, it will not work. The second rule is the hypotenuse is the longest side. It has to be the longest side on a right triangle. And third, there is a formula that is used, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The fourth rule is the sum of the squares is the length of the right triangle that is equal to the hypotenuse. So for example, here is my example here. This is a right triangle because it's, as you can see, this would be a 90 degree. So it has to be a 90 degree triangle. The hypotenuse should always be the longest side, okay? The formula that we will use is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I plugged in these two numbers to use as to find out the hypotenuse. So I use 6 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared, right? And 6 squared would equal to 36, because 6 times 6 is 36. 8 squared would equal to 64, because 8 times 8 is 64. And we're trying to find c squared. So when we add 36 plus 64, we will get 100. Okay, and we still will bring down the c squared. But now we have to find out what is the square root of 100 so we can get just c. We don't want c squared, we want c, right? So when we do the square root on our calculator, 10 times 10 is 100, right? So 10 c will equal 10. If it was c squared, it would be 100, okay? So we will plug in here, so our hypotenuse would now be 10. So this would be 6, this would be 8, and this would be 10. And if we were to check our answers, we would go 36 plus 64 would be 100. And if we was to put 10 on this side, 10 times 10 is 100, so it would be equal. It would equal out evenly. Thank you, and I hope I did a great job on this. Thank you very much, and have a good day.